Good morning, everybody. I hope you had a wonderful holiday. And um, and now we're into the new year, and we will see what doors open for this year. Hopefully, really good ones and good things for everybody. But anyway, I was going to address a few things. Um, there's always the comments, but one that came in the other day was the Bible says we can't contact the dead. And I believe what this person is saying is that, it says in the Bible that contacting the dead or working, you shouldn't seek those things out. You shouldn't seek out mediums that contact the dead, or, it's not a clean thing to do, or what have you. Okay, so I just want to address that, and I will read what I did. Right back to this person in a minute. But in terms of that, with a lot of the phenomena that came here around spirits, first of all, it was not sought out. Okay, so it came on its own. It opened up. Okay, I had no idea about it. I wasn't looking for it. I wasn't attempting to contact spirits. Okay, so that just came unsought, unbidden. All right, it just flowered up, it opened up, and there it was. I really didn't have, certainly there was a belief in the afterworld, afterlife, but I didn't, experience all of that before until it just opened up on its own. Okay, and then now some of this work flows very effortlessly. Um, and that's what one of the things that I want to say there. And there are people that have had that experience that, they're not sitting there trying, and then something shows up with this communication. Okay, so that's one thing. And then let me also say that, we are living in different times now in terms of the Bible. Um, some of the things that were written in the Older Testament and that kind of thing was, a lot of it is not applicable for today, and probably not then either. In terms of the words of Christ, those things remain the same, and have the same potency, the same truth about them, the same beauty, the same light about them. It doesn't matter what changes, what comes or goes. Okay, these are the direct words of Christ. But in terms of the some of the other stuff written, it's not really meant to be taken always so literally and applied to today. Some of the rituals, there was stoning, there were things that you just wouldn't you say that these are things that we want to practice. And so we have to look at this and the times, also the heart of what is given out. Okay, so let me go ahead and read what I did write back to this person. I do need my glasses for this. Okay. um, okay, so I wrote back: sorcery is not what I am putting out like witchcraft. The pendulum moves with energy flow, so voicing of what is there can come forward, and communication can be understood on the physical plane. It brings comfort, hope, and messages that life continues onward. There is nothing evil about this. Also, some of what is in the Bible is not meant to be taken literally. Okay, so that's what I wrote back there to that person. And then there was someone else, who said, oh, anyone can work a pendulum, big deal. And if that's true, or anyone can do a reading like this, and, then, you're welcome to put out your own video. But what you do is you go on to that person's channel and they have nothing of the sort up there. Okay. But if that's the case, put one out yourself. Okay. So moving onward, I did want to say a little bit more about the personal readings, as I've gotten a few requests this week. And okay, so it doesn't matter what question you ask. As I've said, it doesn't matter if it's a loved one that has passed or something that you're interested in your personal life. Um, Okay, so, as far as asking about romantic relationships, your love life, all fine and good. But just know that with the readings, it's not going to give you possibly everything you want to hear. It may not say that Mr. Right is going to come along tomorrow or, fall from the heavens and your life is going to be that way. Okay, because what the readings will give is the reality of what's there, as well as what's in your best interest for what is there now within your heart and soul, what your strengths are, what would be a good focus, okay, to bring out those strengths, to bring out the qualities that you do have, to nurture those so there can be more steadiness, more confidence, okay, not always looking to the holes in your life, these things that are lacking, okay, looking and filling up what is already there as a positive, as a beauty, as a strength. I mean, everyone has that. Everyone has creativity. Everyone has something to offer. When they give it with sincerity and love and things, everybody, there's not one person that does not. Um, so, just if it may come like that and not tell you that, there's, in terms of the readings, there's no way that I'm going to give out something that's false or just, ego candy to make one feel good. And then that doesn't happen. And then you're more disappointed. That isn't where I come from at all. Okay. So this is more about what's at the heart of things, even if it's difficult to hear, even if it's hard to traverse, it's the better thing for your spirit. And these aren't things that I'm doing, like I say, intentionally. It's more within the flow of this energy that comes and is voiced. Okay, so if you do ask about your love life and things, or a job or something, don't be disappointed if, and you can be all you can feel whatever you want to feel, but I'm just giving you the reality of it with my readings, how they come. If you want a different style reading that maybe someone will say, oh, Mr. Right is going to come or whatever, then you might want to look to something else for that. All right. But I don't know, maybe sometimes it will say that there's going to be someone right there for you. I can't say, but all I know is that it will come within, again, truth, okay, honesty, um, spirit, okay, meaning pure spirit and what's best for you and your journey. All right. And the other thing, I do get requests where someone will say to do a reading on, a loved one that has passed, which is all beautiful, all good. It could be a pet. I know someone asked about that. It's all energy. It doesn't matter. It could be, a piece of artwork you have. It could be, something that is some loved, beloved thing. It doesn't matter. It's all energy, again, all the same. And it will all speak a story. It will go into the depths of it. It will give something that does bring, again, open up something to be seen, whatever that is, okay? So, but so that person may ask about that, a loved one that's passed, but then also a lot about their personal life. So it can be, 25 questions that come in or something. And so, there's only so much that can be done in one reading, okay, or it just gets to be too much and it's too much to ingest. So, you can send whatever you like, but you make it just a superficial read on more the personal things, and then just more of a more in-depth reading on the loved one that's passed. And the other one, if you want to go deeper, would be another reading. Okay, so just know, usually the readings come out about 20 minutes to a half hour, so they're relatively long. They do take a while to upload and everything, at least working a good hour on them. And so that's, if not longer. So that's the deal there. And so anyway, I just wanted to let people know that, in terms of the readings, um, and again, I'll put the information down there. I do appreciate people asking. It is a way to support the channel. And also, it's a give and take thing. And I really appreciate those that have asked and those that have been supportive and also given wonderful feedback and supportive messages. Okay, but lastly, I do want to say that today also I got something on in my email regarding a reading I had done. I believe it was Jean Bonnet, and something about, oh, here's another theory that maybe she was abducted by aliens. And okay, don't send me that kind of stuff. All right, I'm not interested in it. What did that, if that didn't come out in the reading, whether it did or didn't, and it didn't, don't send me that. Okay, it didn't come out, that's not what's there in it. I don't want that kind of stuff in my email. Okay, and I just deleted it. I didn't even look at it. So, in terms of the crime videos, the missing persons videos, people want to put up their theories there. And as long as they're done in a respectful way, that's all fine. People have their opinions, they're welcomed when they're done in respect. Um, and I don't, sit there and wonder about those theories or compare it to whatever has been put out in my readings. Those stand as they are. And, that's it. So, sometimes, again, I might say, well, let's just wait for the facts to come out. I'm also not going to contest whatever the theory is, until it all comes out. We don't know, that's the reality. But when you want to keep putting up theory after theory, and some of them getting very graphic and just out there, I just, please don't do that, because again, I will delete those, and if it continues, I will block you, because it doesn't serve any good. And some of these cases have really, they're so old, some of them, not all, but to continue to give them such life, once something definitely is closed, there's no reason for that, and especially after all the facts have come out and people still want to put some layer, on there that is just so out there and different than what the facts are and what's already come out. Okay, so those will also be deleted. So there's a lot of cleanup on this site that's done, and I do have a good trash compactor that works very well. Crunch, that's where those types of comments go. Okay, that's not a problem, but I do want to let people know, if for some reason you're listening and you just say, oh, then I'm not going to bother with that, then that would be nice too, because it does make my day easier if you just, put something again that is more respectful, more in alignment with truth and facts and these kinds of things. All right. So anyway, I hope all are well, and if anyone's interested in giving a donation, I'm going to put that link down there, and also again a link to the personal readings. I do send you a video that's on Unlisted. Okay, it is PayPal, sitareading60@gmail.com. $25 is the minimum payment, and then you get this video on Unlisted that no one is able to view but you. Okay, so I really don't know what's coming up next in the world of all the mysteries that we will, look into, but day by day. Okay, so have a wonderful day, and I will talk to you soon. Bye-bye now.